Good. Okay, guys. Welcome to March's seminar on stress relief. And I really wanted to, like, the more I was thinking about this and kind of putting things together of feedback of what you're always talking about and what I also know is like really helpful for that stuff, it really turned into like daily habits of what do we do about it? Because I want to know what it is, but then also what do I do about this? And so we're going to dive into a little bit of things of that too. By just holding up your fingers before I even start anything else, if I asked you on a scale of 1 to 10, 1, I am not stressed at all. 10, I am very stressed out. On your daily basis right now, where do you fall? What's like your average? 6, higher, Katie, 8, 2, 5. I think I fluctuate between like a 4 and a 7, depending on like what I'm working on and stuff. So okay, we're all about right there. So yeah, we feel some kind of a stress. I think like we can all relate of like we don't want to feel that way. Why? There's big reasons. And then what do we do about it? Okay, we know what it is. So understanding stress. I want to talk to you about this a little bit. What is stress? Like, what are we actually feeling and how the body naturally feels this? So, stress is a natural response in your body. It's very normal to feel stressed, and it's a natural body response into like challenges or hurdles. Physiologically, when we were coming through being, becoming the people that we are now. Like we used to live in the woods, there used to be predators, yada, yada, yada. Stress responses was just like a natural response. If you're in danger, for you to run away to save your life, right? Or if, nowadays it's more problem solving skills, stress, like I have a problem, and then what do I do about it? So it elevates your nervous system to be able to function at a higher level. So stress is not all bad, it's needed. But what happens is with our nervous systems now, we get in these cycles of living in that stressed place. There's not a fluctuation and a balance in it, and that starts to cause problems. So we've got stress that's physical, we got stress that's emotional, we got stress that's very mental. And depending on what you're going through, those responses can be related, right? It could be work, it could be life changes, relationships, it could be health concerns, it could be just a simple stress of giving a presentation. Like there's so many ways that that comes up. It's a natural thing. We all got it, but we just have to make sure that we're good at understanding and managing it. The stress really affects your body and your mind. And what physiologically happens to you is this. When your natural system starts to elevate, your body starts to release cortisol. And cortisol is a natural thing that like elevates you. But when your cortisol releases all the time, it changes your blood chemistry in a way too, where you're a whole lot more acidic. And in acidic bloodstreams is where a lot of diseases exist, where your immune system is super low. So you're catching illnesses all the time. Your sleep, terrible. Like even if you're getting to bed on time, you just can't fall asleep or you can't stay asleep. That's all cortisol. Your appetite, you're either too hungry or you're not hungry at all. Depends on who you are, different cortisol responses in that. And then your mood really goes like a lot of the time, just like no bueno, right? That's when you have an excessive amount of cortisol happening in your body. And that's what, like, and based on all the categories, be that you're physically stressed all the time. That's also why rest is so important for your muscles to be able to recover and replenish mentally, emotionally, right? So we want some, we don't want too much. Okay. Um, and then let's just get like a one-on-one real quick of what is your nervous system and where is all this stress happening. Your central nervous system is your brain and your spinal cord. And then your peripheral nervous system is all your senses coming out from that. So it'd be part of like your eyes, your smell, your taste, your touch, and then all these little nerves bring in information to your spine and then travel up to your brain. And then this is where you process what that is. If something's hot, right? And so those two systems working together is your nervous system. And then within your nervous system, the stress response is either parasympathetic, lower, right? Because it's two end of the spectrum, rest, repair. This is where you digest, where you get good quality sleep, very important. And then the sympathetic nervous system where you're elevated. And this is also, it's a spectrum. Yeah. And you want to live somewhere in between, but being able to downregulate also when you need it, being able to upregulate like a fitness competition. Yeah, you want to be up high. I'm not sluggish and low, right? So like there's places you need it. Um, Both important, but not in excessive. So far, so good. Okay. Love. When you are too stressed all the time, this is how your nervous system gets affected. Your lymphatic nervous system, your circulation actually slows down. It leads to higher anxiety. You're tired all the time, like fatigued, sluggish. Even if you got sleep, you wake up like, I didn't. Um, and then your physical health issues start to come up, and we talked about that briefly, but you get why. And then activating your parasympathetic nervous system is through relaxation techniques. And so we'll talk about when you're feeling really elevated, when you do get to that higher number and you're like, okay, I really need to chill out. What can you do real time to actually help this system downregulate? It really matters, honestly, and this is why like breathwork classes started to get a huge fad recently, because tying it into science like this, the better you breathe, the more oxygen is in your system, the calmer your body becomes too. And so it's more relaxing. And that's why walks, fantastic. You're breathing a whole lot more than when you're sitting down. And that's also why we have this massive problem of people sitting way too much. And then when you're sitting down, you're breathing a whole lot less than when you're doing anything else. And then low oxygen levels starts to increase your cortisol levels. And then you see how the whole cycle begins. Yeah. So stress relief really helps with just breathing practices. So in the moment, if you're feeling like your nervous system is elevated, stressed, if you're getting really like taking a moment to really close your eyes and then just focus on your breathing. And there's so many different breathing patterns, but just a moment of that helps to like, and then you already know with science, the higher your oxygen levels go, the lower your cortisol levels go, less stress, less stress, less stress. And then you have better processing system up here too to kind of respond to what you need to. Okay. Um, Kind of covered this, but why stress management matters, went through that. It really can like if you are stressed a lot and you don't do anything about it and it really becomes weeks and then months and then years of living in this like stressed out phase, your body becomes sick. It really leads to serious heart disease, high blood pressure, digestion problems, a whole lot more weakened immune system because you're always like acidic, right? So whatever is happening around in the world with the seasons, you're catching all that shit. And so it's important that you continue keeping your immune system really healthy too. We need that for a long time. So it's important that we have at least a grip on this, right? When you acknowledge that you're stressed, what can you do? Okay. Here are some things that I find really helpful. Any questions about this so far? That's pretty straightforward, yeah. I hope it scared you a little because I do want it to like matter because it really like long term, it adds up. Okay. What you can do though, when you are feeling really stressed, is to get into a regular routine of things that matter to you. And it sometimes when you're really busy, that's hard to grasp, but you can really get into spaces where just minutes of your days dedicated to certain things is really calming for the body. So having a morning routine, right as you get out of bed, instead of hitting your snooze button 3 times, it's more like mindfully like, okay, I know I'm going to lay here for an additional 10 minutes. Can I use that time to be a little bit more mindful before I get onto Instagram and my phone and start checking emails, right? It's going, cool. Here's my day. I slept all right, and then start setting intentions for the day or just looking for positive aspects to set the tone for your day. Really helpful. You're just laying in bed and it is a whole lot more mental, just thinking, I'm so glad to be warm. I am so happy to, and then just let it roll. We practice this in meditation classes. Really helpful. In the morning, if you've got time or you make time, gentle stretching routines to release physical stress from the body is awesome. If you've stiffened up from a really heavy workout from the day before, too, just like getting out of bed and just sitting at the edge of your bed and doing simple stuff, like neck rolls and shoulder circles. Doesn't have to be a massive yoga class. Really helpful. And then I find this the most helpful because right now, like especially working from home, I'm getting into the space of like, I roll out of bed and I do what I must real quick, and then here I am to work. And I kind of skip like the get ready part, like pick out what you're going to wear and, like actually become a person that's presentable and then dive into your day. But that little bit of being a routine of, okay, you get out of bed and like you pick out an outfit and you brush your teeth and you put on your lotion and just those little things is really like it sets the tone for your day too, where you've given yourself something. There was a little bit of charge up and now you have more to give. Does that make sense? Okay. Um, when you do stuff like this, it really does help physically. It lowers your cortisol levels. It promotes more mindfulness. It helps your mind attention is to be more positive focus instead of more negative focus, which naturally helps with not feeling so stressed. And then it helps improve if you're doing the stretching flexibility, definitely better energy levels, which also helps to elevate your mood, less stressed. So far, so good. Does it feel like I'm talking too fast? Okay, it's a lot to say, so I'm trying to get it out. Same evening routines. And it's funny because Katie and I just talked about like having the issue of sitting too much and really like setting up your day and then also ending your day. It's like a beginning of a sentence to a period. It sits stand desk, right? If you start your day with sitting and then end your day with sitting. But then same with mental stress, starting your day, a morning routine of setting your mindfulness up for success, and then also having an evening routine of like decompressing and letting go and like cleaning anything out that happened that day. Because you hold it, like it doesn't just stay at where it happened, right? Like you think about it as you're driving, you're mulling over it. So like how do I get rid of that a little bit so I can really like enjoy my space at home or just become who I need to be? Is having kind of a turn off routine. Again, gentle stretching at the end of the day, especially if you sat too much. Literally, like physically, there's something about getting like pen to paper and writing it out, typing it, cool. But there's something with your attention as you're having to intentionally move your hand to formulate those letters, really, because like it takes a little longer. So you're really with that word for a little longer than just like promotes mindfulness and like honing a little bit more in instead of being super scattered. And then winding down like a really warm and calming shower and taking deep breaths in there. A good like face wash or doing like extra flossing on your teeth, some kind of a hygienic routine that makes you feel clean and good. Cleansing, releasing helps, reduces muscle tension, promotes relaxation, so you also sleep better. It prepares your body for restful sleep. So like you're really like get deep, good quality sleep, not just like that surface, right? Like a couple hours of deep REM. And it helps to quiet the mind too. Because I bet that I've experienced this before when there's 1,000 tabs are open and then you go to bed and you're trying to shut it down, but like this is happening and this is happening and your thoughts just keep rushing. It helps to really like when you do stuff like this. And if you already do some of this stuff, then maybe you just build a little more credit and mindfulness around it when you're doing it. Like, oh, hell yeah, this is helpful. Good job, me. Just acknowledge that you're already doing those. Give yourself a couple of gold stars. Really helpful too to elevate the mind. Naturally, because here we are, exercise, so helpful. It really is. And a lot of you guys, when I talk to in consultations, you always say like exercise, I feel so much better, not just physically stronger, but like mental too. 1000%. And there's a reason for this. You're breathing more than when you're sitting down, and you're getting oxygenated blood running through your body and cells. And so you vibrate higher. You literally just like elevate, elevate, elevate. I like to think of it almost temperature too, because would you agree, like if you're sitting, your body temperature is a little lower, cooler. If you're working out, you're getting warmer and warmer and warmer and warmer, and heat always rises too, right? You just get a little bit higher up on that nervous system scale. Walking, love it. Running, absolutely, if you're going to do it. Cycling definitely works. Again, all of it is you're just breathing more, you're giving your oxygen flow, and you're moving. Another reason why walking is super meditative for your mind is, and some of you might have heard me talk about this before, but there's a couple studies on how lateral eye movement is incredibly relaxing for your brain. And if you work at a desk or office job, then it's likely that most of the time you're locked in like your vision like this. And so that becomes stressful. That can also increase your cortisol levels. And when you're walking outside, you naturally, same with people like I'm a driver. If I'm stressed, I just want to get in the car, turn up the music and but it's that lateral eye movement of like having to scan and like be like in the driving, then in the head. Anyhow, walking really good. Then strength training, 100%. It helps, especially when you're mentally in a space of feeling kind of like, I don't know what to do. Strength training gives you almost like a power of like feeling strong within yourself and then giving that momentum to be able to make a choice. Yoga, stretching for sure, releases physically. And then if you're doing all the yoga classes with me, like influence or incorporating that yoga philosophy in there is helpful too, to kind of deep dive into mental and cool. Um, and that's also why I think, guys, when you become really busy at work, and Katie, I'm not talking about you. It's just funny that we have gone through these conversations. When you are so busy that your health and wellness takes a back burner, long term, like you can maybe do that for a little bit, right? But long term, it just happens like you show up to your day and you're supposed to give 100%, but really all you have is 30. And then you give and you give and you give and you give and you give. And then there's like nothing left for you. And if you do that repeat and repeat and repeat, you don't do your best at anything else either because you just feel like shit all the time. And so your efforts and work and relationships and the ways you communicate, that's all you got to give. And when you do little things for yourself, like regular exercise routines and the caring about like your hygiene and you times, it helps to charge up. It really does like gives you life force and energy. So then when you do show up to work, when you feel better, you also do better. It's more efficient. My relationships are kinder. Everything else kind of trickles in. So it's really important that you are priority because everything else comes from you too. Um, Really good, like in the moment, excuse me, stress reduction techniques is here's a couple of different breathing styles. I think it's clear why, right? Because we keep repeating like you need oxygen, you need oxygen, you need oxygen. So diaphragmatic breathing patterns that we practiced in classes before is really good where you go belly breathing. Why? What that does, it really like opens up the very bottom part of your lungs, and that's where the highest concentration of little alveoli, like little oxygen sacs that actually pull oxygen from those two body in there. So belly breathing, really good for quickly reducing stress because you get a lot more oxygen in there. Box breathing because it helps to like slow down your mind. You really have to focus on the 4 count, 4 count, 4 count, 4 count all the way around. You're like intentionally focusing in there as you're breathing. Awesome. And then I like the intentional focus. So this would be something like I write 10 things down that I'm really grateful for. And the first three comes easily. And then I intentionally keep focusing until I get to my 10. It kind of gets the like grateful momentum going. The positive thinking practices. Again, it's easier because you really have to look and focus when you start writing it. And then when you get to that point of like, okay, I'm just going to close my eyes and really like focus. So helpful. Quick meditation practices. It helps to calm the nervous system, cortisol levels drop. It does promote like your emotional system gets regulated too. Your energy levels are a little bit clearer in your thoughts, increase focus, calmness, relaxation. So we know how to do this stuff, and it's really not that difficult to do either. Sometimes we just got to do a step back and go, oh, yeah, I know what to do. I just need to do it. Okay. Here's my conclusion and takeaways. I love a consistent morning routine, consistent evening routine. Find whatever works for you. Yeah. And that depends on your living situation and family and all the things, but like something that really feels like this is me. Regular exercising throughout the week. So you guys are all on very good path with that. Then small lifestyle changes like going to bed maybe a tiny bit earlier or sitting a little less, working sit, stand, desk, really helpful. And then actionable steps is look at your already existing weekly life And if you need help with this, that's what I'm here for. We can literally set up a one-on-one to go through that and then set up tiny little bit of habit changes so it really works for you. And then see out of maybe some of the things that you learned or have thought of or just was reminded of today, what can you do a little differently so you're trending more in the direction that you want to be from where you are now? Tiny changes really help to then big picture look at your life and go, oh yeah, I didn't hate all of it. It was actually really fun. Okay. I think that's all I got, guys. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Hmm. I'm gonna stop sharing. How is there any questions or how are we doing? I know I threw a lot at you. I talked at you a lot. Hi. Was it helpful?
Yeah, that was good. It was a good reminder. I don't think I heard anything that I hadn't heard before, but it
Cool.
all makes sense.
Great. Yeah, you know. Sweet. Is there anything that you feel like you could start implementing?
The morning,
Morning routine?
yeah,
Yeah.
and probably the evening too, actually. But definitely the morning. The morning is usually sleep as late as you can sleep.
Yeah, I go through that too, where I'm just like, okay, I've got my clock. I know when I'm starting, so I've got a little because I try to give me wiggle room, so I snooze and I snooze and I snooze again, and I'm like, okay, it's that time to get up, and then it's just go, like I didn't get like a ramping up to it process. So I'm also starting to do a better job with that of like a get up and morning routine, put me together, have my tea, and then Pushkar,
I wake up immediately. I don't push the snooze button. But yeah, just kidding.
you will just
Um,
pop out and out. You're
yeah, but
and
no, as in,
off to the races. Yeah, you're like
no,
you're like a running
I
star.
should still, as in, I used to walk a lot more frequently before, but since I moved here from Crossroads area, it's
Uh-huh.
not happening as much as I would like for sure. So I do want
Yeah.
to bring in the short walks like every evening.
Yeah, I think so. And that's such a nice way to like end your evening too, like helps you kind of turn off and then not be so at work still.
Yeah.
Walks are great, especially as the weather starts getting warmer in San Diego too. It's so nice to just like be out at like the last ends of sunshine and then into your home. I love that. Cool. Well, Don, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Sweet. Okay. Guys, do you have any questions or was that pretty straightforward? Was that fun?
It was
Yeah.
fun.
Cool.
Yes, it was good.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for playing. I've talked to most of you pretty recently, so I know where we're at. I'll talk to you again in another 4 weeks at least. And guys, this is Carly. Carly, can you say hi? This is Carly. Um,
Hello.
Hi.
Marley
Hi.
used to work with me at the boxing club, and she was, guys, she's a badass. She's like a pro Muay Thai fighter.
Thank you.
Oh.
Um, yeah, like she will for sure.
Bro.
And Carly is in the process of seeing if she can sub some classes for me from time to time. So she might be teaching some. She's a really good instructor. And also a health coach. She's working on her shit. So I'm excited that you're here.
We're getting deep into health and fitness and nutrition and wellness and all of that. So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you.
For sure. Carly, you're really good at nutrition. I know that. Like, that's one of your passions too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome, guys. Text me, email me if you need me. Thanks for spending some time with me. And I'll see you guys next week in classes.
Or tomorrow.
Bye.
Oh,
Tomorrow. Yeah.
tomorrow. I'll see you
Thank you
tomorrow.
so much.
Bye, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Do you think you're gonna be sore, Pushkar?
A lot. As
Yeah.
in, I was like with those V ups, and some of my legs don't go straight
You
up.
are
It's
really
like
tight.
always like this, crooked.
Yeah, like you bend your knees, I think, because you got really tight hammies.
Yes,
You need to stretch those guys so then you're able to extend all the way.
but how do well,
Just more regular stretching of hamstrings.
I see.
Like daily, you got to really work on those a couple times a week because I think like for you, it's Like, can you extend your legs all the way?
Meaning, like while
Like,
laying
let's say
down?
we're sitting in an L shape with legs on the ground like this.
Yeah,
Can your legs go all the way and then you fold, or is that really tight?
on the ground.
Yeah, like the
I think that it is tight. Yes. So if this is my back, right? So you're saying this or this, right?
like, do your knees have to be like this, or can they go all the way?
And they can go flat like that. Yes.
Okay. And then when you hinge forward, is it really tight back here?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, daily stretching of these long hamstrings, and things you can do is sitting like this for a little bit of time.
Mm,
Yeah, like literally if you're like doing something, just make sure you're not hinging. But like extending your legs and sitting like this on the floor for, I don't know, a couple of minutes, 5 minutes a day,
mm,
that extends them already. Just by sitting like this, I feel a stretch.
I
Extend
see.
out, that helps. The downward facing dogs. Yeah, that's a little bit more of an extension. That really helps. And then the triangle poses.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because keeping my heels down for a longer period of time in that downward facing
Actually,
dog position is kind of difficult.
I kind of remember you doing that. When you do that, you slightly rotate your foot.
Yes, right.
It's again because you're really tight, and so you want to go heel out. You want to work on that, even if it doesn't touch, excuse me, all the way down. I
Uh-huh.
don't care, but that gets the hamstrings instead of trying to get away from the hamstrings.
Okay.
Yeah, and then heel down. Yeah, that a couple times a day will start to loosen them up, but swimming also really good for that.
Ah, I do want to do that too.
Like kicking open in the water, get that full range of motion in your hips so they're not so tight.
I see. Okay.
Those
A lot of things to do.
a lot of things to do. There's always something to do, there's no
Yeah.
thing. All right, you're a certified genius. I love that. I love that so much. I'm gonna start making hoodies and shirts. And I've got three already that I think I'm gonna do. I like gratitude attitude. This is not my brand though, but it's
Uh,
cool.
but it's
Certified
exactly
genius.
opposite. Like you are saying gratitude, attitude.
Love that. Um, yeah, some good ones. Someone said they really like nap time is my happy hour, so that might be another one.
Oh, I see.
Nap time is my happy hour.
No, but in Europe, actually, siesta is very common, right? As in even at workplace.
Say that again.
In Europe, siesta is quite common even at workplace. So people do actually like take a power nap after
Yeah, you're
lunch.
so right. I didn't think of that, but yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But somehow, as in when I was in Greece, people are very laid back. One thing that I don't like about as in it, I've seen this in quite a few European countries. Smoking is very common in Europe.
Yeah.
US is a lot more sophisticated on that front.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody smokes cigarettes.
I hate that.
Yeah. You're very right about that. My
Yeah.
sister did too. And
Hmm?
it's
Oh,
like
I see.
it like starts, you know why? Like it starts out, it really depends on like the kids that you get in school with. I don't know why it's such a thing like in high school, like kids think it's fucking cool to like go out and smoke and whatever. And then it just becomes a habit. And then for the rest of your life, you're out there smoking.
I see. Because I was on a tour, guided tour, so I was talking to the guide and I asked him, by the way, why do so many people smoke? He was like, it's because of stress. I'm like, calm. Is it?
That's what they say. Yeah, people are
Yeah.
stressed out it, so it's calming. So terrible. Um,
But stress of like maybe financial stress or whatever that may be, you're actually making it worse by buying more cigarettes and
totally.
right? And then it just
Totally. And then you also get a ton of health issues, and then you're more stressed about your health than anything else. Like, why
yeah,
are you calming down over here? Yeah, that was a
exactly.
good marketing technique. Whoever thought of that was like, this is how we're gonna.
Short-term benefits and not long-term loss is what people are more cared about. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister till today, like, and it's crazy because she's even gone through like cancers and
It's
she's okay, but like you would think like that would go like, okay, I'm gonna stop smoking.
yeah.
Nope, we're still smoking.
How much age gap do you have between you two?
But she's 5 years older than me.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually she's my age. 85 born, right? You are 90.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You have
Okay.
any plans for the
But yeah,
weekend?
Europe. I've got a list of a to-do list. I'm actually gonna go to the gym, then I gotta go to Spectrum, and then I gotta return something, and then I gotta pick something up, and then I have some follow-up emails. So that's the end of today. And then tomorrow I work in the morning. Sunday work in the morning. I'm gonna try to chill though. I need a day.
Yeah, as in, see, 13 classes is too much.
It's quite a bit. Um, and I don't think like I'm actually quite used to it now. Like now it just becomes part of workflow. I think my struggle is having more focused work blocks.
Mm-hmm.
I've got so much going on and it becomes blended and then it feels like it's going too slow. I need more like focused work blocks and I need to start getting some help. Like I really do need some people to like contribute and start doing stuff.
I see.
But it's good. It's all good problems to have. It's growing, you know?
Nice. Hey, as in, on the membership front, how are things looking?
It's going looking good. It's going slowly, but it's definitely like I sold another membership when Tuesday. And it's like it's slowly like every week there's like people are interested
Additions.
in getting
Uh-huh.
stuff, so it's slowly going. Um, and my personal training clientele also like purchasing bigger like personal training packages and stuff. People are
Okay.
referring, and I've got a lady working on, oh my God, LinkedIn.
Uh-huh.
So that's going to be all set up, and then it's going to be set up for Wellsy. And I've got a lot of people who said that throughout LinkedIn they can like promote like corporate wellness services too. So that's on the way.
That's awesome.
So it's going with just like so many things, and then like the daily regiment of also meetings and consultations and then the admin stuff and the organizational stuff and it's just a
Wow.
lot. So it's going slowly because it's only me. And I'm getting a lot of more like I'm attracting help. So it's coming. I'm having meetings and people like Carly that are like probably will teach some classes, but I want to
Uh-huh.
be very selective.
Sure.
So I launched it, it was all me, and now it's starting to really like take some, mold into,
Wings, yes. No, it's gonna work great. Awesome.
yeah, for asking.
Adi was asking me. Adi was also asking, hey, by the way, as in I told him like I take classes with you,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, how is she doing? And yeah, maybe I'll go to the gym and maybe attend one of the classes with Ashley and Adi.
Yeah, cool. Aw, those are good guys.
Yeah. No, we. I'll miss
You
you.
home or are you at work?
No, I'm home. We have a wellness holiday today.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I knew that. I knew that.
But
Cool.
I'm gonna go to work for a bit.
You are.
Yeah, just to get like it's easier to be more focused. And with like as in here, I have just one screen there, or maybe two. There I have three, so it's easier to get things done quicker.
Yeah.
And we are
That's
also
what I mean
required to
too. Like
be.
that focused work time when you're like focused and productive and you get so much done in such like a short amount of time versus like being here, 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 here. It's like you don't get nothing done in such a long time.
Yeah, but as in, I still have longer to go to get there in terms of being really productive and efficient. Um,
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for playing. Thanks for
thank you.
stay with me for
Yeah,
sure.
this
I'm gonna have
is
a salad, hang out a little bit, and then go do my errands.
cool.
Okay.
Enjoy salad.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
I'll see
have
you.
rice and some yogurt.
Awesome.
Take care,
Bye.
miss. Bye bye.